Hey, look, I made it. I made it back. I turned the game off after the second interception by DTR. And so I was able to get out
Taking
on
care
my
of
bike
business.
with my wife on the bike. And we weren't on the same bike. We were on separate bikes and went on a nice ride to clear my head of the poisoning. I came to a conclusion that thinking about the Browns, I know now how RFK Jr. feels with a brain parasite.
Gosh.
I mean, seriously, who can watch this and take this seriously? How can anyone believe? Do you realize that Jameis Winston, we would have maybe or even probably won that game?
Yeah. Yeah.
And the reason is you got the interceptions anyway, but Jerry Jeudy was invisible because
you couldn't see him.
Well, no,
he was like John Cena doing one of these, right?
Yeah. But here's my point. With Deshaun Watson, Jerry Jeudy was invisible.
Yeah.
With DTR, invisible. But with Jameis Winston, he's wide open. Now, you can't tell me that doesn't mean something.
He's wide open all the time. Is what I would say.
But nobody's ever open with Dorian Robinson because he wants to run, and then fumble. He wants to fumble so bad.
Yeah.
Somebody will probably put a video up of all the times he's open, Oh, wait, that's already been done.
Oh, well, this can become a slogan.
True.
You can't spell turd. DTR. There you go. Good job, Richard.
I'm sure DTR's a nice kid.
Oh, wait a minute. Now, how did Mark W. come up with it at the same time almost? Or are you just copying Richard? You stealing his material?
Wait. Mark W's is all caps, so his is different. Just saying.
Or is Mark W. also Richard? Let's see.
No, I mean,
energy.
No, I mean, you're going to be like comedians stealing people's material. You can't do that.
And the worms ate into his brain.
Oh, man, Dane Cook's done that for years. What the hell?
Oh, so somebody else originated this. Well, what's his name so I can have him on the air? What do I need a messenger for? Get me the guy who wrote that.
No one has the original material on this program, do they?
No. And nobody's watching the post-game show. So I'm going to keep talking about Elon Musk and why his being a genius doesn't matter. This started up on the halftime show.
It did, didn't it?
When you're bipolar, it doesn't matter because he's a genius in science who believes in these conspiracy theories that don't make any fucking sense. He's sick. Please shut the fuck up about this guy. He's a sick guy. He's also very smart. He's very clever. And he also made the Cybertruck, which is the ugliest vehicle I have ever seen in my life and that everybody else has ever seen in their lives.
He would have fit in well in the stadium, Bronco.
Yeah, he would. Yeah. In fact, he probably was there.
I just don't understand why it's like, what we need are more mentally ill people in public office. That's what we need.
We've had a few in England. It's not just America.
Everybody screams old man Biden, he's got Alzheimer's. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And you didn't want him as your president. But this guy is in his youthful prime, and he's got a disease that will never go away. It's no different than the Alzheimer's, except he can be clever, but he can be erratic. He can go into high highs and incredibly low lows. And when you stop seeing him posting, he's going through his depressive phase. I don't need this running my world. Fuck that shit. So shut up. Okay. I'm done with that.
Are you done with that? You feel better now?
Yeah, Big Lurker UK. Browns head coach Kevin Stefanski. If he's healthy, and he should be, we're tanking. We're tanking.
Has anybody else noticed that every time there's sort of a bad play that Dorsey calls, they immediately show the camera on Stefanski, and he's got this sort of perplexed smirk on his face, like, "Oh, at least I didn't call that play."
Did you read the lip of Ken Dorsey when they showed him in the booth?
Oh yeah, he said "fucking hell" or something.
Fucking motherfucking fucker. Yeah, okay, thank you, Ken. That's
Hey,
the
you know
guy
what?
I like.
It was
still
really
cares.
nice. It was really nice because Nathan and Andrew kind of went, I think Dorsey's a little upset at that play. It was like,
Sparoditis or whatever was upset. Yeah. It's
Well,
unbelievable.
I was thinking, boy, you made a big mistake, but no, he didn't. I mean,
Well, getting back to the game, I think that actually shows that Dorsey cares, though. He's like trying to win. I mean, he hasn't gotten the memo to tank yet. So
who?
Ken Dorsey has not been told to tank. He still cares.
he's trying to save his job, Bronk.
Yeah,
I mean, he's already been blamed one play. He'll be blamed again.
Yeah.
And, it's unbelievable to me that he could, the one time he had an open field in front of him to run, he lobs the ball down up in the air. I hope someone catches it. No, not them, not them. It's like,
He was confused by the orange pants and the orange helmets.
He was. Oh, and the referees were helping us like crazy too. I know.
I'm not a referee apologist in any way, but I think we got a couple of good calls there.
We got some seriously.
Yeah, but at the same time, as soon as we threatened to get that ball in the end zone, that was not a hold on Thrash. Thrash, he looks like.
Oh, yeah, okay.
He was doing one of these. He had a nice. He had his shoulder pad out of the thing. He turned
He's like a Biafran baby strength-wise. It's like, geez, Louise. If you're looking for something, you'll find it. But if you see the photo in stop action, Joe Burrow on the touchdown pass, the first one, his knees were down and the ball's still in his hand.
Oh, well, then you got to give him that one. Come on, he's God, Joe Burrow.
So don't tell me about the refs. I know that you're sensitive about it, Hammer, because you've been a ref and you know that refs take shit. But these refs, see, you were an honest ref who may have made a mistake sometime in your life.
I definitely have.
But it wasn't because you were being paid to. That's the point.
No, not at all.
Oh, my God. Here's Big Lurker UK coming back with more. I know this group that we have. I know the locker room we have. Wait a minute. Can I do this in a voice, please?
Oh, you got to do it. You want me?
No, I'm going to do it in the voice, and I will do it. And my wife is going to get mad when she hears this. All right. I know this group that we have. I know the locker room we have. I know where they live.
I know.
And I know where to find them. And I will find them in the locker room because that's where they are. And when I find them, I will not hesitate to kill them on sight. Do not touch my children. Do not touch my wife. Do not touch my Cybertruck. Do not touch anything that has my name on it. That's what I think. That's what this sounds like. I know this group that we have. I know the locker room we have. These guys love the opportunity to compete against each other in practice. I'm not seeing this.
They have a really.
I don't know why I thought you were doing Liam Neeson for a minute.
He was.
Thank you.
It sort of was Liam Neeson.
I know where you live.
It was more like Leon Neeson, but yeah, it was there. We got it.
I know where you live, David.
Yes.
There is actually a
I can fuck you up
here.
really bad. You know that. I can fuck you up. I'm kidding. Enough of that.
There's a Cybertruck here that actually has the license plate Cylon on it, which I think is fitting. Yeah, that's fitting.
Anyone who drives one of those is like brainwashed. There's no hope for somebody driving that vehicle. And then it doesn't mean they're not frustrated by it today. Well, of course they aren't.
Can I the Battle of Ohio has gone slid down the NFL rankings so much that when I walked into DAZN to watch the game today, I had to scroll past every single 1 p.m. game to get to the Browns game. It was literally the last game on the list.
It was not really broadcast except by telegraph.
Any game that's got a Didi Kikawal in it, it's the last game on earth that they're going to show.
There is a guy with a microphone and a clapboard going, and there's a hit.
Oh, look who's here. It's Steven. Hi, Steven. We got a
How
bunch
you doing?
of people
Long time
here.
no see.
People
Wow, the
feel
whole
bad for
family's
me
here.
that I have to do this,
You
And
don't have to do this. It's your life.
No, I appreciate my friends standing up for me. I think that's really nice,
Yeah.
Coach
I was going to ask this question myself. Raul.
Raul.
Well, Raul.
Raul.
I was, why only 2 carries for him? I wanted to see more too. I can't do this with a straight face. Wait a minute.
I'm seeing the beginning of that happen, and you see Jerome Ford have that big play, and then the ball comes out, and it reminds me of Major League with Willie Mays Hayes is out to a suicide lead, and they're like, ah, woo, woo, and then they're like, yeah.
Now, I'll show you something. I have a new collection of things that I'm starting to build up. Everyone knows about. Everyone knows about him, right? And then the gong of truth. Okay, you know about that, and the big dick of truth. The big dick of truth, which I'm not going to show you right now. Okay.
Where's Mr. Celery?
Yeah, I want to know Mr. Celery.
No, Mr. Celery's over there. Yep, and
go get him. You got to show him. We won't believe you unless you show Mr. Celery.
All right, you don't believe me. I have a collection of things here.
You just want to see him get up and show us what.
That's the first time he's up in 3 hours.
Do you have any Browns collectible items?
All right.
I got a couple.
Hold on. Yeah. You didn't want to believe me. You forced me to do this.
There's the stalker.
And hold on. I've got this whole menagerie of shit that you wanted me to get because I'm a goddamn ex-Browns fan. At first, this is me.
Woo!
Okay?
The white cow of hope.
No, but you can see that he's obviously
got the collar on.
Yeah, exactly.
The cone of shame.
He's on the PvP list.
I mean, he had an accident, and the accident was that he watched the Browns game. Then I don't know what the fuck this guy's so happy about.
Hey, Marshmallow Man.
Marshmallow Man.
Woo! He wouldn't hurt anyone.
No, he wouldn't hurt anybody at all.
No, but neither with the Browns, and maybe that's the point. And then of course, woo! He's still stalking. He can't help it. Right?
Oh yeah.
There he is in all of his glory.
Oh, Panthers just beat the Cardinals, and Cardinals are eliminated from playoff contention with this loss.
Go Panthers.
Someone had to win.
You see, everybody wanted to see something. See, Ron wanted to see more missed kicks. Yeah, it's like I want to see.
Merry Christmas, by the way.
It was nice that Dustin really ironed out his problems during his week off and missed an extra point. That makes me feel real happy for him.
Well, he knew people were sitting on 10.5, so he thought he'd oblige them. Yeah.
And then the defensive backs dance like this is the Soul Train line dance. And Brother Don Cornelius, peace, love, and soul.
Wow. Well, we'll move on to safe. At least on the bright side of things, Ohio State clobbered the Tennessee Vols the other day. So,
well, look, that anything with Haslam attached to it. You see what the Cavs did to the Bucks?
Oh God, that's right.
And the thing about NBA TV and all these sources, they're saying Bucks are finally getting themselves righted. They're 14-11. They're above 500, and they're winning most of their games now. And I know that Damian Lillard's not playing, but they're playing the Cavaliers. And I know it's in Cleveland, but they're playing the Cavaliers. And, I just have a feeling that they're playing the Cavaliers and that they're going to win. And it's like, what the hell happened? What the hell happened? They didn't even belong on the same floor as the Cavaliers.
Were absolutely awful. They were stuck on like 52 points for like about the whole third quarter. It was unbelievable.
Was perplexed.
He was perplexed. Even I was perplexed.
And then I have these.
We could use a few of those.
Yeah, and
you still have the old Moohead barf bag.
Flip.
No, I have this one. When I become a Jaguars fan, I have this one. So I got that. I'm going to get a green one when I become a Jets fan. But I will not become a Panthers fan because then Brian might befriend me. I'm kidding. I keyed.
Panthers don't look that bad. They actually got a pretty solid defense. Like when they're actually trying, they almost beat the Eagles.
Yeah,
almost.
Bryce Young is trying to
I'm just saying they look good.
Oh, Suzanne's brother Brian Summers says, was Miles' no rebuild comment his way of low-key demanding a trade? Oh, I think that might be.
I think you have to ask the question.
I'm not here to rebuild. I'm here to win. Well, what are you here for then? If you're here to win, you're not here.
Here comes Topaz.
Hey, Topaz the Woofer is upset because I took the bike ride instead of feeding him. And here comes the snout. He's snouting me right now as we speak. He's got a pet
on the program.
Yeah.
Hey, so Mued, what am I hearing about Watson coming back next year? Is that all just made up media crap?
No. I mean, anything that Jimmy can do to get people to hate this team. I'm serious.
Come on back now. You hear, Joe?
He is the most detestable human being of all the sports figures that I have seen. And this goes right up to Ted Stepien, because Ted Stepien was a bigot and he knew nothing about what he was doing. Okay. This guy's a bigot, doesn't know what he's doing. And he intentionally seems to do things to piss people off and divide them. And he's going to hold this dome over, how long they said if they got the okay to do this, it would be 8 or 9 years. Well, what in the fuck's going to
We're all going to be fucking dead by then.
I'm going to be 76 fucking years old. I could be dead. I don't care. I don't care about the goddamn Cleveland Browns, let alone a fucking dome. And, it's amazing. It's like, well, you got to listen to the younger fans. And it's like, I don't have to listen to anybody because I've lived long enough to stop believing idiots. Yep. And the fact of the matter is, we have these young fans saying, but in some place we could go see concerts too. And I said, well, I'm having a concert in my trousers right now. You can go see it. Why don't you blow my flugelhorn?
The Chuck Mangione reference there.
He's not as good as he used to be.
He needs to get on the phone and beg Joe Flacco to come back. You come on down here. You hear, Joe? Next year, you come on back now. You hear? Got to for you.
Let's do that again.
The whole thing is just like, it's a nightmare. The whole thing. It's. I'm going my cousin Vinny.
They fuck you at the drive-thru or they fuck you at the dome.
No, I think it's more like Groundhog's Day. You keep repeating the same day over and over. Like, watch out for that step. That first step, it's a doozy.
Yeah.
I got you, babe.
God. It really is that bad for the Browns. And meanwhile, he's perplexed. The owner is perplexed, but he's got that dome halfway up his rectum. And he's going to get that dome, and it has nothing to do with football, nothing to do with the quality of, and look at the Guardians. They got rid of Josh Naylor for a cup of tea, okay? Everybody is angry with the Guardians
because great trade.
and they got a guy who had a 7.7 earned run average last year, but they have a good pitching organization. They think they can work with this guy, and he's got some potential stuff. He can throw a fastball occasionally at 98, settles it at 94. They probably think, hey, with mechanical adjustments and things like that, we can make him better. But Josh Naylor, the bottom line is that what was Vernon Wormer's thing?
Fat, drunk, and stupid.
There's no way to go through life, son. Yeah. I mean, Naylor hit a 243. All right.
Yeah.
He had a 243 average.
His batting average or his weight?
31 home runs.
No, his weight's higher than his
Yeah, that's Josh Naylor there.
He was always burping at home plate. It was really off-putting. But not that I have anything against the fact that he decided to rock the baby against the Yankees and fire them up so that they could whip our ass the year before. What's great about Naylor is that we keep his brother who hits less than he does.
It's great.
It's like he and Austin Hedges will fight it out for the catching job next year.
Wow.
Yeah,
no, I think it's a good.
That was all a money thing, though. That was they're not going to re-sign him.
Yeah.
They're not. So let's get a bag of Skittles and a 6-pack of Bud Light for him before he leaves for nothing.
Yeah, it's all about the whatever a competitive balanced round B draft. What the fuck?
Yeah, I don't know what language that
What
was.
the hell does that even mean?
Yeah, we got Carlos Santana coming back.
Yeah, Carlos Santana's back.
He is fucking smooth, man.
How the heck is he still playing at 38 though?
He got Golden Glove.
Guy's still out there.
He was pretty fucking clutch for the Twins last year, too.
And he was good for Kansas City the year before that.
And that's why, he's got to run out of juice sometime, and now's as good a time as any. But they saved no money in the transaction. The thing that was amazing is they said he did it because of the money. It didn't save them anything.
It's not for this year. But
let me
go ahead.
What's happened with the Guardians so that we can go back to talking about the Browns. They lost $40 million. No, they lost $40 million in broadcast revenue because of the demise of MAGA brain-infested Diamond Corporation, who just bankrupted the whole goddamn thing. And now Major League Baseball is going to be showing their games, so there's no local ad revenue.
Yeah, no money.
For Cleveland Guardians. So they have to knock this stuff off their payroll now. They're going to go from 105 million approximately to 65 or 70, and it's going to be fugly. But you know something? At least they're running a legitimate business.
Correct.
Jimmy Haslam has as much money as he wants to spend, and Dan Gilbert is spending money, has spent money, with and getting results. But Haslam gets no results, and that's the thing. The Guardians actually get better results than he does.
Yeah.
Oh, Mobley with a double posterized last night.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was
God almighty. What a wingspan on him. And he's becoming the really good player that we hoped he would become. And he is going to make Jared Allen expendable. This guy, because we need another guy to make this team physically tougher. And I really believe that Mobley, the more assertive he becomes, and it's like watching a flower bloom. I mean, this guy from last year to this year, he has this, he's aggressive now. And I know what he wants to say. It's like, can you imagine being suppressed your whole life and, and having this locked in thing inside your soul? My name's Bob, and it's like, hey, I'm not Bob anymore. Oh God, I feel so much better. Evan Mobley.
Jared Topaz.
Yeah, sorry, boy.
Stephen, we really don't need to see your.
My owner's gone gay.
I ran away.
Sorry
I ran
about
away
that.
from that little bitch.
It was like he's going 3D on us there.
Steven's nose there.
But
Threw his own kid at a father-son game once.
but Evan Mobley is like, I'm free. I'm free.
I'm free. Free at last.
All of this shit that I had to put up with. Now I get to actually handle the ball at the top of the key, and I get to take open shots, and I don't have to pretend that I'm like a five and a center, and I have to. No, I don't have to back everybody down now. I can actually get a running start to the basket. You know, it's like a whole new game for him. So Big Lurker is saying yes. The Browns' number 6 pick. That's where they are right now. And I'm sure that we're going to get a franchise quarterback at number 6.
Can we trade down and get
we're not, I think
the thing is,
trade down to 22.
There's no quarterback worth taking.
I want to see that third pick.
Yeah.
Big Lurker, the
consensus.
Three tits.
The consensus
Yeah,
is
the big tits make it the third pick.
the consensus is they might take that running back from Boise State.
Oh.
Yeah, that's a surefire win now, isn't it? You know,
how very
Jim fucking
Browns
Brown needs to say something about that. He is.
I just want to say this. This is Jim fucking Brown. I should be dead. Yeah, better. I'm dead. We got the only 3-wheel Ford in the NFL.
No, it's not that he's a Pinto.
He is not average.
He is below average.
He is handicapped.
Yeah. You know how this is gonna go. Jimmy Haslam's gonna meddle. He's gonna want fucking Shadur Sanders, and they're gonna trade up for Shadur Sanders because of the hype.
No,
Johnny Manziel all
trade
over
down.
That's never gonna happen.
I don't care. I don't care. And Watson going to be MVP candidate since he leads the league in accusations once again. I mean, I don't even know who Deshaun Watson is. I'm so done with it. Yeah, and that's exactly right, Keith. I had never heard of the guy. I really never did.
The rumor mill saying
Elementary
about Atlanta might be interested if we cut him. Or
Kirk Cousins?
No, Atlanta might be interested in Watson.
Oh well, you know, there's a lot of women who are clamoring for that.
They had one of them originally.
Well, I was thinking there's a lot of massage parlors there, so
I take it back. There's who Haslam's going to sign Kirk Cousins. You just know it's going to happen.
Yeah. Whoever starts at quarterback is not on the roster right now.
Right. I think that's very, very safe to say.
I think we all can.
Can I add a point here? If they sign Cousins, that'll probably mean they go back to the original offense because Kevin can get the best out of Kirk Cousins. He did that.
Did he?
Until he gets hurt.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the question is whether his health is the part of the problem here.
Well, I've heard people say that the offense they run in Atlanta wasn't really suited to him, and that's why he had all the interceptions.
Yeah, that's possible. I mean, I really don't know. But what I had a great one-liner and I've lost it. Oh no! Watson going to Atlanta.
Yeah,
it's a shame that Left Eye isn't still alive. Okay.
Oh boy.
No.
Okay.
That's just wrong.
Watch out.
You say that, but
Burning down.
All I'm thinking with her is Andre Rison.
burning down the house.
Now you know what the talking heads we're talking about.
Burn. No, FanDuel is a gambling company that's bought rights and is probably paying the Major League Baseball.
It's the same thing that Bally Sports was doing. It was the Bally gambling arm that was doing that. So it's just they're just a sponsorship. It's just the Diamond Sports, which is owned by what is a subsidiary of Sinclair Broadcasting, which is
Sinclair.
I
got nothing good to say about those people.
No, nobody does. They're the ones that put all the same stories on. They own way too many TV channels. Networks. Yeah. So anyway, but they don't own any in this market. Honestly, the one thing they did do was they did disassociate. They did an LLC with the Diamond, so they're not going to lose all their TV stations, but they did lose all the other broadcasting rights. Yeah, they reworked and got like what they do, like 3 or 4 things they're doing. Like I think that's what they were left with.
I think the teams that don't have a broadcast partner should combine, and like if there's 5 of them, we can see like 32 games of each of the teams, and they can share whatever revenue they can get out of the whole thing as a regional advertising thing. I mean, it's already so rigged in Major League Baseball as far as the teams that have all the money. That
there could be a bright spot about all this. Maybe they won't hire Underwood and Manning again. They'll have somebody else do the broadcast.
Oh, yeah. Be careful what you ask for, though, because I was listening to the radio broadcast of the college football playoffs. And then on Sirius, you can pick which one you want to listen to. So you could listen to the Indiana broadcasting crew, the Notre Dame broadcasting crew, whatever. Oh, my God. Some of these people are they are horrible. The biggest homers ever. It's like nothing could ever happen. We're so blessed to have the people we have between, Tom Hamilton and Paul Keels for Ohio State. We're absolutely blessed to have that type of broadcast crew. And
I was watching the Cavs game on like one of those arena back feeds. Okay, right from the arena. Yeah. So instead of getting commercials, I get the
that's what like
entertainment or whatever, like the Kiss Cam and shit like that. Yeah.
Oh my God, they had a guy shooting 10 half-court shots, and if he made one, he would make, and it was like
$1,000,
like $1,000 or something. Yeah, the guy throws up 9 air balls.
Yep,
couldn't even get it there, and the last one he misses. And they said, "Well, take a step back further, and if you shoot it from here, and if you make that, you'll get." And he makes that one. I mean, it's like, yeah. But the dance team.
They had that today in the Titans Colts game. They allowed some jack-off to come on the field and kick a 40-yard field goal, and he won the whole stadium like a free Domino's pizza or something.
No, that was the Bengals game.
Oh, was it?
I was going to say the Browns.
Yes,
the Browns used to have a contest where they allowed some jagoff to go up there and kick an extra point.
Yeah, he made it today.
He did.
Back and whatever. And I was the jagoff one time. So
you were.
Yep.
You were.
Really?
Actually,
how far did your kick go?
Oh, it was fucking lame as hell. I think I made a 20-yarder or some shit like from the 10-yard.
More than I could do.
Yeah.
Well, don't they do that on college game day where like if some college
it's like $250,000
hits a kick, he wins like fucking $300,000 or some shit like that.
Yeah, Pat McAfee's been doing that. It's pretty cool. They had some guy when they did it here at Ohio State for the Michigan game. They had Kirk Herbstreit's new dog. Fuck Kirk Herbstreit, by the way. But anyway, his new dog. Like running in front of this guy and stuff. It's like you don't think he's nervous enough that there's $250,000 on the line and you got your stupid dog running in front of me. Come on. I love dogs, but get the dog out. Okay.
Yeah. You're going to have the kid's going to kick the football and it's going to hit the dog and you're just going to see the dog just yelping on the fucking television.
Well, spell his name right, Keith. I mean, it's a wonderful day in the neighborhood. People get the wrong idea that we're going to have a deceased PBS personality. You're talking
you probably get better quarterback play from the deceased PBS.
Yeah, you're probably right. And then Keith, thank you for thwarting that before anyone even bothered.
King Friday will be starting center. TJ Watt, I presume.
I have no idea what that was.
I don't know.
One of Mr. Rogers' comments. Sorry.
Oh, so we're gonna do a Peter Alice play. We haven't done a Peter Alice play in months because I've been napping.
The Peter Alice play.
Oh, it has
It
to
would
be.
have to be the fumble. It gotta be the fumble.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Gotta be the fumble. Ooh.
Oh, they're bringing Deontay Foreman in, and he wants that touchdown badly. Oh, he's already run the first one and moved the ball forward a few inches, and he's going to try again. And there's the handoff. Oh, no. Look, it's rolling on. He's rolling on the ground after it like a Pentecostal. Oh, it's a turnover. Oh. If the Browns were Pepperidge Farm, it was a turnover joke. Oh, and it flew over the heads of most people because it wasn't that funny after all. Oh, I'm out.
Well, they wouldn't remember, that's for sure.
No.
If they were Pepperidge Farm, they'd be stale cookies.
Wow.
They had a fat hillbilly from Tennessee. I thought that was the dance team. And then they had another team. No,
I thought that was Jimmy Haslam.
You're talking about the NBA entertainment in between on the field pass feed.
Oh my God. They had one break where they had a bunch of female baton twirlers.
Yeah, but they were fat, and some of them were like 5 years old, and it was just unbelievable.
I thought I was watching the fucking Gene Carroll show. Honest to
It
God.
was.
It was like a bad flashback. You see these things bouncing off the floor all around. You see people throwing them up in the air and hitting the people in the head next to them. And then there was a morbidly obese woman who was trying to eat the baton. It was like,
it was amazing.
This was the Ohio State game?
No. Halftime the Cavaliers game.
This is the feed that you get from NBA League Pass, or if you're in England and you bet on the games and you watch the streams that they provide, they don't have commercials on it. They give you the NBA League Pass feed. So I see all this shit all the fucking time. The Kiss Gram and the t-shirt toss. And the other day, Myles Garrett was signing little mini basketballs and throwing them out into the crowd, which I thought would have been pretty cool to have. But all that shit goes on in between games on the commercials that you don't see unless you watch it that way.
But then they had this parachute drop.
Yep. Lottery tickets.
Yeah.
Lottery ticket parachute drop.
I want to see somebody from the upper deck
fall over. That really happened.
All for a lottery ticket.
Just Superman dive off the balcony.
Yep. Yeah. Loud.
Fucking hell, those scratch offs, man.
In the court.
That'd be awesome.
Honestly, every time they start doing the goddamn baton twirlers and shit, I am saying, give me the goddamn Ganley Kia commercials back.
With the girl from Indiana.
You're not going to see me because I'm not paying you anything.
Correct.
Go back.
You ever watch the halftime entertainment on those? Like they have
the
gal that balances plates and cups on her head.
Yep. And they have the one with the dogs that go catch frisbees and all that.
It's all the people from America's Got Talent. It's like it's
the ones that
didn't win. Exactly. You're not getting Piff the Magic Dragon on there, but you're getting somebody. Yeah.
The trampoline guys that dunk the basketball. You get them every game.
The quick change artist chick
and the pogo stick guys. You get them every game.
Or it's the random like Vanilla Ice performed at the Vikings again. Like that's the Monday night. I'm like, what the fuck?
I gotta ask a question. Okay, seriously. The Browns were playing a bunch of players I've never fucking heard of. Okay.
Correct.
No, Richard. No. Polka Varieties was Polka Your Eyes Out. That was the name of the program. That was one of my favorites. What was that guy's name? Wilcox. Wilcox. That's right. A bunch of old people spinning and twirling around the Frankie Yankovic songs. I just wanted to fucking die.
I'm pretty sure the radio station for the University of Akron still does a polka show on Saturday mornings.
There's one in Toledo that does one on Sunday mornings. because it's the broadcast affiliate of the Buckeyes, and so I had it on my radio.
Let me ask my question.
Okay, ask your question.
Go ahead.
The Browns are playing a bunch of people. I swear to God, the Hawk Tua girl was out there on the defensive line. I don't even know who in the hell these people are. She was spitting on people's dicks out there. I don't know who these people were.
Spit on it.
But in the end,
oh God,
was it possible that the Browns were still technically in the game?
They were.
What's wrong with the Bengals?
I know, the Bengals are awful.
They got Jamar Chase. They've got T. Higgins. They got what they're supposed to have. What the hell?
They don't
happened?
have an O-line. They don't have an O-line.
Yeah, but how long has this been the case now?
For the entirety of Burrow's career.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
that's kind of the thing. Here in Columbus, they were talking about, of course, because we're split down the middle, and there's nothing really worth talking about the Browns anymore. But
I didn't realize that Jimmy Haslam had come out.
Yeah, he has come out.
Woo! I mean, hey! Woo!
Well,
yeah, it's a kiss of death.
A vote of confidence to the pathetic general manager and coach Drew. I can't believe Stefanski's still employed by them. Yeah. Again, what's amazing is the owner is perplexed because he doesn't want to come out and say, this is my fault. This is what I have wrought, what I've created. He's not going to take responsibility. That's for damn sure. The players won't take responsibility. We see that every week. And basically Stefanski is up there saying, you just got to be better. And it's the same thing over and over again. So until the owner understands that he knows nothing about football and gets out of the road and gets out of the way and hands the keys over to somebody who knows how to run a football team and an organization, it's always going to be like this. But that's the reason why, his vote of confidence is a vote of confidence in himself. That's all the fuck he gives about cares about is himself.
Can we get somebody in the transfer portal or something? I don't
know, maybe.
That sounds like something from Star Trek. I've got him in the portal, Captain.
Yeah, I gotta feel, Keith brings up an interesting thing here that actually comes up with another topic. I gotta feel that these teams are not thrilled about turning around, playing on Saturday and coming back and playing on
Wednesday.
No.
I mean, dang, it's not much different than playing on Thursday from a Sunday game, but still,
it is.
You're getting an 18th game, and you're going to get injured whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the Cavaliers didn't play for 5 days. Now they're playing 3 games in 4 days.
Yeah, but they're playing all at home, and they're playing Utah tomorrow. So
yeah, but the schedules are all fucked up across the league. But it's not about the players; it's about revenue.
Yeah,
that's
gambling.
That's all.
They had the week off because of the Cup.
Yeah,
screwed everything up.
And Mr. Mued, not only is the schedule messed up, but they'll schedule back-to-back games against the same team. Like we played San Antonio in San Antonio 2 days out of 3 nights, October 26th and 28th. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. I mean, it's and for those of you, I feel like I have to do this because ESPN refuses to do this. All right. Here are your top headlines from the NBA. Mo Wagner out for the year with a torn ACL. Good. Okay. That's good news. He's a fucking Nazi. And he tried to injure Cavalier players. He was a prick, and good for him. I feel great. So that's the main headline. Next, Wemby's historic 30-point, 10-block showcase. All right, that's pretty impressive. 10 blocks. Right.
He was good.
Wall tries broadcasting, still hopes for NBA return. John Wall never was any good when he was supposed to be good. Right.
Wait, that was in the story? No.
No. Depleted Magic storm back, hold the Heat to 8 in the fourth quarter. Next, Tatum echoes Bird with a 40-point triple-double. Suns Booker out 2 games with groin soreness.
Ouch.
Had that before.
And nothing about the Cavaliers. Nothing.
No.
And that's not even the main page. That's the NBA page. Nothing.
There was a scroll that was on there that talked about it's the fastest that the Cavs have got to 25 wins in the fewest number of games.
Yeah.
It was on the broadcast today of the football game.
That's
because it was only being shown to like 40 people. So
correct.
There's the thing that makes this really unfortunate is that this Cavaliers team is better than the 2016 championship team.
Oh, absolutely.
They're better.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, no doubt.
But we had star power because of LeBron. We had star power. And the NBA's in a crisis right now because its ratings are down. I don't know if you're aware of this.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'm
sure.
Yeah, they're down 53%, the NBA ratings.
Right. And you know what's the reason? And people will ascribe different things, saying they're throwing up too many 3-point shots. The game has become less defensively oriented, and whether it's one-on-one play, superstar play,
no
Cavaliers,
rivalries.
man, are the most fun team to watch.
Yeah.
And you know what it's like? It's like if you were playing an NBA basketball game on your PlayStation or, your whatever, your Xbox, and you just got the rhythm of the joystick and you were just able to do incredible things with incredible timing. They're sharing the ball.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I mean, it's remarkable to see the ball movement, and it's like bing, 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 bing. Guy throws up shot, goes in.
But Mr. Moohead, they are passing up open layups, and they're dishing it back out for the 3-point shot. Like I saw that in a couple games last night. So like they do depend on the 3-point shot too much.
But that's the way the game is played now.
Yeah, I know, but the Bulls missed 68 threes.
It goes that way
in one game.
It goes that way in the college. I mean, the game has completely changed because they started talking about you can have a worse shooting percentage from 3 and still score as many or more points.
Look, how are the Cavaliers?
Yeah.
How are the Cavaliers going to overcome the Celtics when we play them in the playoffs when they get 30 more free throws than we do?
They're not going to. The league will make sure of it.
3-point shots. 3-point shots are the way that you score points, and they score points in bunches. That game yesterday started out badly. Cavaliers were slow starting, and it's like, maybe they're not taking this one seriously. And then all of a sudden, man, it's like in the blink of an eye.
Do you guys think this is just too many games? Is that the reason why the ratings are down, or why do you guys think that the ratings?
A good chunk of all the games are from as blowouts. And it's just not entertaining.
I think it's societal.
And I'll tell you another thing that I believe
You've had stars hurt too.
Nobody cares about Wembanyama in San Antonio because their great head coach had a stroke and he's not on the sidelines, and there's nobody else on the team, and they're not really a factor. That Draymond Green and Steph Curry are old, washed up, and nobody gives a fuck about the Warriors anymore.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So everything that they've publicized, and they're trying to resuscitate the Knicks like they have been for the last 25 years, and the Knicks just aren't that good. If LA, it's like they're trying, but LeBron is 40 and they don't have the pieces. And what pieces they had, they're all injured. Exciting young team, Orlando Magic, now completely decimated by injuries.
Yeah.
Can I make a comment?
So who is the national press going to get behind to hype this? And the answer is it ain't Cleveland, because they won't talk about that.
They're still trying to do Boston,
But they already won it last year, and everyone would expect them to win it again. And it's there is, you know what it's like. I mean, have you ever seen a less interesting World Series than the one that you knew was going to happen before the season began?
Right.
I mean, did people watch that? I don't know. I didn't watch a minute of it because
Neither did I.
No, I mean, who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
It's the money game, literally.
Do you think
I got another theory about the NBA that I'm going to force through here, and the theory is that the top new young players are not American, and that is why the game is dying in America. But overseas, people are interested in it because they got Wembanyama, they got Jokic, they got Giannis, they got all these players, and they're not American. So Americans watching this have nobody to identify with.
Maybe.
Hey, that could happen eventually
If
with the
somebody wants to
NFL
argue
too.
with that, they can.
But do you guys think 82 games is too many?
No, it hasn't been in the past. I mean, I could make the comment that 162 games is fucking insane.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. But that goes to my question. Do you think that the fact that we just keep seeing the same matchups every other week, like how many times do you see the same guys going up against each other,
And they're all joking and laughing on the court. The Cavaliers in that last game, I mean, Maxey from the 76ers and Garland were yucking it up on the court. I mean, it doesn't start until the playoffs. We all know that.
But I mean, don't you think you get a watered down playoffs with 82 games and like half of the superstars can't even play in the playoffs?
No, I think that eventually, when you base your entire league identity on 3 or 4 players, it's bound to come back and bite you in the ass, because right now the people coming out to play in the NBA are specialists. And some of them are, they can run like the wind and they can throw the ball in from like Maxey would be a good example. This guy, I mean, he had a good game against the Cavaliers, but he's only shooting like 35% from 3-point, and he's only shooting like 41% from the field. He's an exciting, fast player, but he doesn't make the team around him better. And I think they've de-emphasized the quality of the product as well to turn it into this open court run and gun crazy thing. And teamwork, which the Cavaliers give, they don't want to. I don't think the league wants that way. They want their superstars. And so they keep writing these things. I'm seeing Wembanyama now in every headline. And it's like, honestly, Wembanyama is really a phenom, but he's not going to be in San Antonio for much longer. And so they'll have to ship him to the Lakers or to the Celtics or to New York. But nobody cares. I think the fact that nobody cares about the other franchises is the fault of the NBA not marketing their product properly. And there's a bunch of teams in the heartlands. I mean, you never hear a thing about the Indiana Pacers. You never hear a thing. I mean, there are a whole.
Take, for instance, who's in first place in the West? OKC.
Yep.
Right? Do we hear a lot about OKC?
No.
Not on TV, and they're in first freaking place.
Yeah, I know. Memphis is in second. They don't talk about them either.
Never. Exactly. One thing you did say though about 82 games, they've been playing 82 games for 50 plus years, so it isn't really that as much. And the idea of putting the cup in there to try to get it a little more excitement and something else, okay, whatever. But it's it might just be overkill with sports in general. I mean,
what do y'all think about rivalries? Do you think that there's no rivalries in the NBA like there was in the 80s and 90s, like where teams hated each other? Now guys are all friends, and
you think that's to the point where that you go on the road to Miami and you get drunk, and then the Heat beat you because you're hungover. I mean, I see it all the time.
It's just like some of these games I'm watching, like these teams are getting blown out. They don't even look pissed. They're all laughing and giggling on the sideline. And they don't care. And then I think, what's his name? Not Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I'm trying to remember who it was that brought that up. He said, if I was executive, I would pull those guys to the side and ask them what the hell is so funny. Like one of those old school basketball players. I think it was Charles Oakley that said that.
Bill Lambier or Joe Dumars wouldn't have done that.
Yeah, Charles Oakley said that.
And look at what Big is reporting here. Myles Garrett's dislocated his finger. Ow, my finger, I can't play.
Well, the other thing, I mean, getting back to my point, the Oklahoma City, the top guy is a Canadian. So name the top USA-born players that are under 25 in the NBA. Go on. Try to do it.
Tatum.
Yeah.
Is he under 25?
Yeah. He's only, I think he is. I don't know. Now
Hey, so
you
Miller,
make me look.
Anthony Edwards.
Tatum's
hey, so if
26.
you guys are hired on the Browns coaching staff, Moo, what do you do this offseason? Like, how do you make sense of all this? What would your
If I'm on
plan
the
be?
coaching staff,
But like, what would your plan be for the draft? What would your plan be?
I'm on the
for
coaching staff, man. I'm putting out resumes right now.
Wow, you really killed this. John Morant.
Payson. Yep.
John Morant. Bankero is 22.
Oh yeah.
Zion's 24. Anthony Edwards is 23. Tyrese is 24. Luka, he said he isn't U.S. born though, is he?
No.
His name is Luca.
So, and Evan Mobley and Darius Garland are on the list.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I mean, that's pretty. It's not the same as it was, and part of that might just be college as well.
Exactly.
For years,
it is exactly that one and done. Yeah.
You had that opportunity to build a resume in college, and by the time you finally got to the NBA, everybody knew who you were. Now, by the time you finally figure out who's playing in college, they're already on the NBA team.
Yep.
It's good for a team to recruit somebody. Plus, with NIL, good gosh, look what Indiana did in football this year.
Yeah.
They brought an entire, 10, 12 people from one team in. I mean, good grief.
Yeah. This college playoff ended up working out. They should have done this 20, 30, 40 years ago.
Well, there's something to be said about that. The fact that the home teams all had blowouts except for the Indiana game. And that was the closest of all of them, but they were all blowouts. But the other part to that was the 3 SEC teams with 3 losses: South Carolina, Alabama, and Ole Miss, who were complaining they didn't get in.
Yeah,
and Tennessee, who played the lowest rated home team this weekend, got taken to the woodshed. So yeah, go home and shut up.
They got beaten like that dog in the Foghorn Leghorn cartoons. Boom, 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 boom.
I've said everything I have to say, but I wanted to share one story with you. When I was on the bike ride,
you saw Dickie V.
I'm riding the bike, and my wife's right behind me, and there's a woman pushing a stroller. Okay. And with a baby. I mean, and the infant had to have been less than a year old.
Wow.
But she was in the street, not on the sidewalk.
What the hell?
Was there a sidewalk?
I know. I'm just sitting there, and so, go by, and we ride on the road. We don't ride on the sidewalk because we don't want to scare dogs. And, people are walking dogs and shit, and people with strollers. She's got this little infant in a stroller on the street, and cars are buzzing by, and it's like, oh my God,
Wow.
And, and my wife got upset with me because I started singing a song from my bike, and I make up songs. Okay. No.
I thought it was just because you're stalking Ken Dorsey's house, but yeah.
But what I wanted to say to her is, if that's all the more you cared, why didn't you get an abortion?
Oh.
I mean, if you saw the drivers that we have down here, and it's holiday season, people are imbibing, God knows what's going on, and you have an option to walk your child and stroll in a stroller and push the child along on the sidewalk or the street, why would you choose a trafficked street? Why?
Well, if the sidewalk is all cracked and demented, and
no, but this is not the case. This
okay,
is a good neighborhood in Florida. Yes, a good neighborhood in Florida.
Smooth sidewalk. Yeah, there's no smooth sidewalks in Britain. I can tell you that now.
I'm just glad after Bronco's comment about the dog in the cartoon. I was saying when you said she's pushing a stroller, and I was going to say she had some kind of a a little mobster in there with a Tommy gun.
Or the movie Basket Case. There's like an alien creature in there. Yeah, I was.
Well, that was a good movie. I like that movie.
I'm glad somebody did. Yeah.
Tony Basket Case, where there was like 2 of them, right? Weren't there part 2?
Oh, there probably was, but then after part 1, if you continued, you're just like self-flagellating yourself. I
Was
mean,
that Jimmy Haslam as a kid in that basket?
Woo! I'm gonna fuck up your franchise. Yeah. All right, I'm getting out of here. I've given you an hour of my life with this nonsense, but I can't thank the guys enough. Tony and Bronk,
all 5 of your viewers are here.
That's right.
Yeah.
And David and Hammer Time and Steven.
Thanks,
nice
man.
for you guys to show up and give me a helping hoof. And David, I will try to send you some links. It's impossible. He was asking me what the corporate identity of my radio stations were. It's almost impossible to trace it back. Everything has been like on the internet has
It
just
drops
been
off after 10 years.
Did you click the link I sent you?
Yeah, and R&R Radio and Records was the name of the publication. R&R was the reporting status. That was more for programming, as far as you would consult R&R for what records you might be adding to your playlist. It was also a reporting status thing, R&R, depending on what market you were in, the bigger markets, the second tier or the third tier markets. I was in the second tier in Flint, third tier in Binghamton, but that became important because the larger tier you were on, the more payola you got for playing the songs. I'm just being honest with you, folks.
You can say that now.
So I'll see if I can find anything, any vestiges of information about my old company, because
I would love that.
Your old radio, when you did radio broadcasting back then, do you have some of your recordings or audio tapes from back then?
Oh God, when I was a disc jockey, I used to have one when I was 17 years old. I had an air check of myself when I was 17, and oh my God, did I suck. Oh,
I would love to hear it, man. I would love to just
you were 17.
Audio, that'd be cool.
Well, everybody sucked when they were 17. But anyway.
So I always said
better.
I was never a good disc jockey, and because the things I would have wanted to say on the radio, you certainly couldn't say on the radio then. But mainly, I didn't have the voice for it, and I didn't have, and I was too shy, and I was young, and you're sitting in front of a microphone, nobody can see you, but you're talking to thousands and thousands of people. It's kind of flipped out, So I found my success off mic, and it was fun for me to come back when I was retired and do this, because it's like I can say whatever I want on the internet, like that Elon Musk is bipolar, that he's a sick motherfucker, and he shouldn't be making any decisions on national policy. And I can get away with that, you see.
Now you talk to dozens. Dozen of people.
I found several air checks from this area, like the Northeast Star Radio that I've been listening to that I enjoy.
David, there's a real good email or like newsletter you can get. It's called Radio Insights. It talks about.
I've heard of them. Yeah.
Yeah, mergers.
Yeah, I've been on there before.
And programming changes, and I get a thing from them all the time. So
I've heard of them.
Very quickly, Tony DeCaff's still here. Let's see how well we do on Moohead career trivia, because I'm going to say that the Moohead career path was Jackson, Mississippi, Danville, Illinois, Spokane, Washington, Flint, Michigan, and Binghamton, New York.
Are we missing any?
In that
say
order?
those again.
Jackson, Mississippi, Danville, Illinois, Spokane,
wait. Jackson, Tennessee.
Jackson, Tennessee, wrong state. Jackson, Tennessee, Danville, Illinois, Spokane, Washington, Flint, Michigan, Binghamton, New York.
And where are you getting this from?
Getting it from my head from watching so many of these shows.
Yeah, that's true. That's all true.
So is that the right order? Jackson.
I don't think
Tennessee?
I don't think.
Wait,
it's
what's
in
after
that
Jackson,
order, is it,
Tennessee?
Mark?
What's after Jackson, Tennessee?
Danville, Illinois.
Danville, Illinois.
I thought Spokane was your last stop, Mark, wasn't it?
No, that was the third stop.
Yeah, Spokane. No, that's where I met
That was
Lee.
your last.
That's where I
Yeah.
met Leroy.
Binghamton was last stop.
God bless it. I miss Leroy to Bovine.
Yeah, we all do.
Yeah, I miss him
He was a
too. He's
legend.
too young, man. Yeah.
Yeah, what was really tragic was how his voice went after his surgery from how it was before. That was
He had a great voice, didn't he?
He was fantastic voice.
Oh, the Vince Martini, Sam. God bless him.
Yeah, we're all dead.
So many great moments that made me keep listening to the show came from Sam with he's a Spock and Roy Muahuga.
Roy Muahuga.
Roy Muahuga. Oh my God. Yeah. So at any rate, here's one thing I did find, David, and I'll leave the show with this. WWCK, that was the name of the radio station in Flint.
I saw that on there, yeah.
Goes into CHR Top 40 as contemporary hit radio as CK 105 FM. In December of 1988, Reams Broadcasting sold WWCK AM 1570 and CK FM 105.5 to Majack of Michigan. All right. Majack was the name of our corporation, but we were Majack of Michigan when we were based in Michigan. On January 1st, 1989, Majack officially changed the WWCK's format from an AOR station, album-oriented rock, to a CHR Top 40 station as the all-new CK 105 FM. That marked the first time that Flint had a second FM CHR Top 40 hit music radio station of its own since years before.
Wow.
The fans of the old FM 105 era were unhappy with the change, but the new format took off of the ratings and gained some new fans, as in the CHR fan base, as CK 105 posted several number one showings throughout the 90s. And there you have it.
There you have it.
There you have
it. Got to change with the times, man.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, man.
I should get credit for remembering the Moohead career path just from all these stories I hear on these shows.
Yeah.
There you go.
I wish there was a way to go back and watch or listen to the old, like the first.
Oh, I came in on Blog TV.
Radio.
The what?
The beginnings of Moohead Radio when it was audio.
It was you and Lee, and then it was almost like a professional radio. Lee would come with the news, and you'd come in and make your quick commentary. Yeah, it was. And
now it's just totally ill prepared, and it makes no sense whatsoever.
Monologue.
Moo. I don't know if this would interest you, but I could probably send you a couple of the air checks I found from the station I grew up listening to.
Oh, what station did you grow up listening to?
That would be WKDD here in Akron.
Oh, KDD?
Yes.
96.5, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Obviously, you probably know this, but 2001 is when they changed frequencies and they went to 98.1 FM. Yeah.
KDD was a station you could pull in Canton when I was down there. But its signal was really Akron oriented, but they were a top 40 radio station, and they did pretty well up in Akron. Yep.
Yeah.
Hey, so Moo, out of all four places you've been to between Jackson, Dansbury, Spokane, and Binghamton, New York, which experience did you like the best?
I can tell you the worst experience I had just from living there was Danville, because it was a
creepy owners from what I could remember.
It wasn't just that was in
the
Tennessee.
other one,
Tennessee.
Okay.
The owners were really bad people, but in Danville,
unfortunately, or something,
there was a whole group of pedophile porn people, and I'm not.
Oh boy!
And the head of the Chamber of Commerce was one of them.
And
business people who were part of this, and it was part of a ring, and it was really very unfortunate. So that was the most negative thing. What I personally liked to live in the most was Binghamton, New York, upstate, because it's just a nice town, and the people were genuine and nice. And up toward that way in Ithaca. Yep. But the most fun was Flint because it was chaotic. We were young and we were willing to try damn near anything to get attention.
So your first broadcast was what, in Jackson?
My first,
Tennessee.
I was managing a property in Jackson, Tennessee, and I was managing a property in Spokane, Washington.
Oh, nice.
My first ownership was in Danville, then in Flint, and then in Binghamton.
Your first broadcast was in college, wasn't it?
I literally was broadcasting, this is goofy, uptown in Oxford at Miami of Ohio on WOXY, which was the old WOXR in Oxford. And when I transferred, and when I see WOXY now in Cincinnati, they moved their tower and it became kind of an avant-garde rock station. Would be the way that I would describe it.
Wow.
When I transferred to the University of Massachusetts, I helped build a campus radio station in the Sylvan region, and that was like putting things on roofs and towers. We were broadcasting out on campus. We got cease and desist letters from radio station in Northampton, Massachusetts, because we were kids. We didn't know what we were doing, but we were broadcasting, and our signal, we pointed the antenna in the wrong direction. Yeah, and we got in trouble.
Other people. I mean, there's a pirate. If you look at this, you should look up pirate radio in England, and there's a whole load of pirate radio stations that took off in the 60s because of the regulation here, and it was just the BBC, and these do-it-yourselfers took over the radios and became the most popular radio stations as a result. So, but that's what they did.
I'm not sure if this is a pirate radio station, but here in Cuyahoga Falls, we got a station that operates on 96.1, and I'm not sure if it's pirate or if it's an actual licensed station.
I think it's a low power station.
Yeah, that's possible. You want to know, there is a way to tell if they're a pirate station, David, and that's if you turn them on, they go, "Arr."
No, the actual pirate stations are broadcasted from ships in the North Sea.
Yeah.
They really are on the sea, and that's why they can't.
DJ Jack Sparrow.
Yeah. Well, look up Radio Caroline if you want to look up the history of pirate radio in the UK. It's very interesting.
Yeah, that WCFI is a low power station operated by the city of Cuyahoga Falls, actually.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That must be a real funky station.
We have a couple of them here, obviously, all over Columbus, and there's one you can actually volunteer to work on, and they'll they have some crazy ass stuff on there, but it's pretty. And remember, the one thing about WOXY, that was kind of made famous by Rain Man. Remember, it's like the future of rock and roll. Something like that. Because they were one of the first internet stations. After they got off terrestrial, they went to the internet. They were WXY.com, Woxy.com.
Yeah. I got to get going now because I got to do other things, but I'll do one other thing before I leave. It's like, and now coming into the ring, Sin Fury.
Okay. That's funny. That's funny.
He is the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, isn't he?
Goodness gracious.
You don't see me.
Thanks, everybody, for tuning into this edition of the Postgame Show. You learned nothing, and I told you nothing. We'll be back again tomorrow
I'll be on
radio on Monday. Until then, hasta la vista, Pastor Ed. Good night.
No.